Alright, so the new Wude routes. We're not really new at this point, but oh my, please. There we go. The most recent route, I guess. You've just been to the temple for the first time, and now you go out to collect the Wude. Normally we would go directly to Green Market Quarter and go to the martial arts school, then go to the mall, then go back to the school, then go to the park, punch the tree, have time progress to 7 PM, go to the barber, go to the tailor, and then go to Yantin apartments, and then go sleep. That's a lot of back and forth, so by optimizing that route a little bit, we eliminate a lot of backtracking. So instead of going straight here, we go directly to the right. And we're actually gonna start off by going to the barber. And then we're gonna go do tree, progress time. Then we're gonna do school, mall, school. Then go to a new place, the pharmacy in South Carmain quarter. And then go sleep after doing Yantin. To go to the barbershop, we need to know about the barbershop. You can either talk to this guy. He's slightly faster because he he has shorter lines and he turns you around after he's done talking. He turns you towards this. But it's kind of risky because of the other NPCs standing by the counter there, so he's kind of annoying. So the safer bet is to talk to this guy, and he's only barely slower. But he doesn't turn you around, which is a minor thing, but yeah. If you try to go without talking to anyone, this Captain Obvious cutscene will not trigger, and Ryu will try the door, and he'll just say, it's locked, or it's closed, or something.
The Wude are important to those who study the martial arts. Those without the Wude often strayed from the path and were hated by others. Those people were often killed when they were off guard. For example, while they were having tea or sitting at the barber's. Listen, do not move, no matter what happens. So young, but you've got guts.
The razor's motion was sharp, but I did not feel any menace.
Be brave and stay calm to make the right decision. That is one of the Wude. Don.
Don. Be brave. Stay calm in order to judge correctly.
If you train hard, you'll be a master of martial arts.
Okay, so a minor bonus here, basically. Side effect to doing things this way is that he doesn't smoke, first of all, and you don't have to go to the Bloom Tailor to learn about Guishang. So now we just go the same route you would go in the old route, the same way you would go in the old route. To go to the South Carmain quarter, but instead of going to the Yantin apartments, we're just gonna go to Tree. Another kinda nice thing about this route is that it doesn't really put any pressure on you as far as, like, you have no pressure as far as time goes. Because whereas with the previous route you would, if you did mess anything up or did something slowly, you would end up late at the Conver guest house, meaning after 8 PM. I would sometimes end up at like 8:01, 8:02. But now that's not a problem. Here, to go to the park, you can either go to the left or go to the right and take the shortcut by Green Market Quarter. I personally like going here. Looking at the map, taking the shortcut to the right seems faster, but in my experience, like I haven't actually timed this, I don't think. But this route feels more direct and faster in my experience. So
I've got the hang of it. Looking good.
You look too stiff. Ease your shoulders.
Yes. Looking good. I need to control my timing.
Centralize all your body's strength.
I understand. Yes, this is good. Watch out for the timing.
That's looking much better.
I think I'm getting it. Feels right. Feels right.
here you can kind of cheat, or not cheat, but you can kind of steal a quarter of a second or something by by just holding up and left as soon as you exit the tree thing, then it will start slightly closer to this part. So now the time has progressed to 7 PM and we're gonna go to the martial arts school and do that whole thing with breaking the rock in the mall and stuff, and then we can go to the Anton apartments. And this whole thing ends up saving about 1 minute and 10 seconds, I believe. If you could do the optimal route, which I won't go into detail what that actually means, but it would be the most direct route, basically. So here you actually need to make a choice. You can't just spam, as you could before. But if you could use the optimal route, it would save about 2 minutes. So about 50 seconds off of this strat. But using that strat, you end up at the convert guess us about 45 minutes before you can actually sleep. So you have to wait around for a long time. Like I mentioned before, you're not really in a hurry here. So even if you crash into some kids and they troll you, it doesn't really matter. Because you have quite a lot of time to spare. You're most likely gonna be finished with the fight at the Anton apartments around between 7:45 and 7:50. So that means you have at least 40 seconds to get to the Commodore guest house, which is plenty of time. And you will most likely end up having to wait in your room for 10 to 20 seconds before you can actually sleep. So now we're done here, back to the school. And after school will be the only new place, as I also believe I mentioned before. The master at the martial arts school will tell you to go to Sunny Capital Pharmacy, which is in the South Carmain quarter. And there will be a guy with a way too long dialogue. If we could somehow find someone else to talk to who has shorter dialogue to trigger the Anton Apartments fight, that would save some time. But then again, like I said, you have plenty of time to spare here, so it would probably only result in having to stand around and wait to go to sleep for a bit longer. So it really doesn't matter. There we go. And the conversation with the master will auto trigger. So you can just keep spamming B here after the cutscene.
Do you go, Sonny? All right.
Turn around and to South Carmain quarter we go. So once you get to the fork in the road, where you take a right at the beginning of the game to go to the Anton Apartments, you just stick to the left instead. So down here past the park, and then instead of taking a right here, take a left. And then there will be a Captain Obvious cutscene here.
This is Sunny Capital Pharmacy.
Then the only things you need to worry about, stay away from this girl. She likes to get in your way. Just try to get around here and talk to this guy.
I'm looking. I heard the.
Did you?
Yes.
You can try to do the thing where you stay in the
Do you have any
conversation all the time, but it really doesn't matter all that much.
Do you have?
And he will turn you around towards the Anton Apartments. And if you're far enough right, you can just hold the run trigger and... Oh my god, please. Run past. Sometimes you might get stuck on the girl, just use the general glitch. And you'll be fine. So as you can see, it's like... It's almost... I guess like 52, maybe 53. It's gonna be 7:53. Yep. And This was with waiting around in the cutscene after 3 and in general just messing around. Movement has been really bad and stuff like that. But once again, that's less of a concern now. Because I'm still gonna enter the former guest house at like 57. Which leaves me 12 seconds to get to my room. So that's like 59. Perfect. So yeah, I was really slow now, and it's still basically perfect timing. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so Delin skip. After Delin skip, according to my timing, my route is, like the way I go is faster. I'll get into that in a sec. I might have screwed that up. Seemed weird, but it's fine. Easy every time. Okay, so normally you would, and what Puri does is goes to the right here and goes to Golden Quarter, and then via Golden Quarter and Lucky Charm Quarter to get back to the temple. I go to the left here, and I've timed this probably about 10-15 times. And this way has been consistently faster for me. Whether that's a hardware thing, I do not know. It might be. But this has been, with my timing and in my experience, has been consistently, worst case, as fast as going the other way. And best case, about 2 or 3 seconds faster. You just use the shortcuts and go directly to Wiseman Quarter. And then from there just run up the stairs as normal. And there you go.